Icky, icky, nasty, gross.
Why do you have to start the recording like that, Zeus? You always talk when I start the recording. What the hell, man?
You burped.
Hey guys, Tales of Turam here. We're continuing the session from last time.
Okay.
Zeus just made a new character because he got MIDI killed by being a dum-dum.
Wait, I'm not stupid.
You are. You have been injured by that cube multiple times.
Decided to roll 32 magic missile damage in his face.
Mitty was having a ball.
He dead. And then there's MIDI. He's dead. TK. MIDI's dead. Anyways. Fuck, there we go. So. As the... This music doesn't fit. Give me a second.
Oh,
There it is.
what's the holy symbol of this guy?
A sun.
Gotcha. Okay.
God damn it, I pressed another button. So, as we return to the freshly misted deck of the ship, where people turn towards the sound of and watch as a gnome explodes.
Gracefully.
A small confusion begins to surround the people of the deck. As we head under the deck, following one of the drows that is leading Tentusi.
Yes.
He goes, Lillian doesn't like people interrupting her personal time, so you might want to be a little bit careful. Anyways, this is her room, and he points towards a set of a large door that seems to have a reddish color hue to the wood. And it has, instead of like a door handle, it has a doorknob.
Okay.
I'll just stand out here if you want to knock. And he stands to the side.
Well, of course, I'm not rude to get barge in. I'm going to go ahead and knock.
What's your passive perception?
My PP is 13.
13. That was cocked to all hell. Okay, yeah. You knock on the door.
That check scares me.
It's a few seconds, you hear the creak of wood, and then you hear, yes. I'm busy. What is it? Who is it?
It's me. I wanted to talk. I had a
Who's
question
me?
for you. The, in your own words, the strange lady with the tentacles.
Oh, have you come for your investigation then?
Well, of course.
Alright. We can talk. And she opens the door and she stands behind the door, she opens it.
Why, thank you. I'll walk in.
Alright. So as you walk in, you see a dimly lit cabin. There's a desk to the side with a book open, a quill off to the side. You see the bed's made. It's a largish bed. The decoration in here is very gothic in design. It seems like the rest of the ship isn't that gothic. This room has been personalized. You can see large hooked areas of like parts of the roof of wood that seem to come down. They have these like web-like designs that creates small canopies almost that hold items. You can see checklists. You can see diagrams of bodies
Wow,
and strange
What a-
novels on a bookcase.
what a lovely room. Reminds me of my old room.
The door locks as you turn around to speak to Lillian, and she is in this fine garbed dress that she has on. She goes, "Well, I wasn't expecting to see you this soon. Passive perception's 13. Roll me a perception check."
Perception. Focus perception. There's 19.
The room smells of a few things. You smell the packaged bits of gunpowder that pervade the room. You smell stale air. It's a bit cold in here, mind you. Not humid at all. It's almost... Well, no, it is a little bit humid. Not too much, though. You hear the creaking of wood. The floor is carpeted, mind you.
That's lovely.
Other things that you smell, because that's the main thing that picks up. You smell the scent of fish and sweat.
Okay. The fish can mean two things. Okay.
You see the chair at the desk is pulled out a little bit.
Okay.
And you notice that with a 19, let's roll stealth or... Okay, never mind. You notice her fine garments are fine. They're almost like spider silk that's been created into this. As you're looking at it, you realize it's a set of lingerie almost, like the outside of a belly dancer's outfit. It's very transparent, but in this dark light, because it's... The only light that's really available is this burning green candle on the desk, so you can't really make out any details underneath what she's wearing.
Well, you look nice.
Thank you.
So, inspection.
Yes. I don't think I inspected you enough. I think you have some, should I say... What was the word I used earlier?
Contraband?
Some contraband that needs to be investigated.
Well, if you so think. I'm not one to argue
Tell me,
your judge.
have you been a naughty girl?
A little bit.
Well then, let me just get a closer look at you. And she's going to start to
What's
push
that?
you towards the bed. Do you reciprocate her advances?
Yes.
Alright. So she pushes you towards the bed. She does reveal that she is wearing nothing underneath her clothing. And as you look upon her, it is very obvious that she is hot and bothered and was in the middle of doing something.
I kind of
in
figured with the
this
sweat.
state. And she's very sweaty before you knocked on the door. So, I'll ask you this. Are you having sexual intercourse with this woman?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. There is no risk of pregnancy at the moment because you are both women.
Yes.
With your race, yeah, no, men usually impregnate your race. So yeah, no. Not sure how that would work with a woman, so I'm just gonna say no. So, just very quickly, I would like a Constitution save really quick.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Con save. 22.
Okay, now to make the DC for the con save, I would like a... This is a force of wills to see who's dominant, I should say. So go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
24.
Okay. And now I would like a performance check and take advantage because you technically are the dominant one.
Yes. Also charmed. Alright,
Yeah. So I'll give you a plus 10 extra as well.
so that'd be 33 then.
Okay. How long are you spending in these chambers?
As long as I can before I gotta leave and go do that whole mission for Miss Spider. Or Miss
Okay.
Web.
So, as the event transpires,
Yes.
you find yourself very comfortable in this transpiring event and eventually lose track of time.
Oh no.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, okay. Let's see. Tap back into the app. Wisdom saving. Okay. Scroll, please, thank you. Wisdom, wisdom. 19.
So,
Oh no.
you fall asleep.
Oh, I can't.
Unable to push the exhaustion any further.
How long am I asleep for?
About 3 more hours.
Oh,
So,
no.
4 hours in total. So,
I'm 3 hours late. Oh shit.
remember, she said you're going to take some time in the wall before you are jettisoned to the center, because this isn't the center island. This is an outer reach island. So, this is just a stopping point at the moment.
Okay, so I am not dying. Alright.
To your knowledge. But as you sleep, we're going to turn our attention back to you, Ingrain. Ingrain,
Yes.
you just watched one of your charges explode by touching a cube.
Touch the cube.
Seeing as they died after they touched the cube, is there anything nearby that I could perhaps cover the cube with before I pick it up?
Here's a few tarps on ship, and you see a few drow looking over to go and approach and pick up the cube.
I'm gonna go and grab one of the tarps just in case.
Okay.
If they pick it up and it's fine, then I'll just put it on top and then store it where it needs to be stored.
Alright, so as one of the drow picks it up, he's like, hey, this doesn't... What the hell just happened? Ugh, what's that feeling? Oh, my stomach's good. And you just see him suddenly mummify as you see his magical energy is just drained into the cube. As he just hits the ground and turns to dust.
It's a good thing I'm not going to be touching it with my bare hands. I'm going to throw the tarp on top of it before I pick it up.
Alright, so as you throw the tarp on top and everyone's like, what the fuck? You pick it up with the tarp like in a small bag hold position.
Yeah.
And Rachel looks down and goes, take that to the quartermaster Lillian, Ingrain. And,
Oh boy.
you, and she points over to one of the drow, fetch one of the other slaves to clean up this mess. Put it in the food supplies. We'll eat it later. And she points towards Mitty's corpse, which has barely any of the pieces left.
I am going to do as I am instructed and start heading over to the quartermaster's office.
Alright. You eventually get to the quartermaster's office and see a drow standing outside just guarding. Well, not office or room. He's guarding. What is your passive perception?
I have a 15 passive perception.
Okay. You hear obvious the sounds of sexual intercourse going on, I will say.
It's a good thing I muted myself for that.
Yes, you I will say your character would know what it sounds like and obviously hears it from inside the room.
I'm just going to...
The drow is just like staring down with like a blush on his face and he goes, the quartermaster is disposed at the moment.
Yes, indisposed.
Indisposed,
I
yes.
think
Sorry,
that's
I'm
what
a
the
bit flustered because I've been having to listen to this for the last 10 minutes.
I should perhaps return at another time, but this is something I was told to take directly to her.
I'll handle it. It's fine.
I'm going to hold it out in front of me, and if he reaches for the bag, I'm going to pull it back a little bit and just say, "Be careful, 2 people died." And then I hand him the bag by the tarp.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not trying to threaten him or anything. I'm just saying,
I know,
like,
I said a
people
persuasion
died.
check, please. A persuasion check, please.
All right,
Okay.
7. God
7.
damn it.
Okay. He takes the tarp. If somebody died, you should probably go get the cleric from underneath, shouldn't you? Maybe give them a proper burial. I don't know. Light domain clerics, drow don't really mix together well. But it doesn't matter. We still haven't arrived at the wall yet. So go get the cleric from below in the cells. Bring him up. Give a proper last rites or whatnot.
I will somewhat hastily exit stage right because I don't want to listen to what is currently happening on the other side of this 4-inch thick door.
Fuck.
Fuck, see about when I need it.
Oh, I imagine my character's like chained up like that one guy from Kung Fu Panda.
I know you're listening.
Oh, you mean like Tai Lung?
Yeah.
I actually made art for this character whilst I was like listening in on everything, and I put him in the exact same pose.
That's great.
Anyways, yes, I exit stage right, heading to the lower decks to find a cleric to perform some form of last rites
Alright.
before they put the corpse into tonight's dinner.
You eventually get to this small prison cell. Well, no, you get to this small doorway, the one that was to the left of the prison cells of to the right. Sorry. And as you pull out the key and open it and push through, you see this small little chapel-like interior, where you see Zeus. If you'd like to describe the chapel that you have, the small chapel, like it's a small 15 by 15 foot rooms. When I say chapel, it's more like, a stand.
Yeah.
But go ahead and describe it.
So this chapel is honestly the most well lit place on the ship.
Yeah, if you step in, it kind of blinds you for a second.
I'd probably be able to handle this better than the drow.
Yeah.
This is why no one else comes in to look at me. There are candles everywhere. The light spell has been put onto several things, of course temporarily. There is a altar that's just for praying to the sun god. Just make sure I have their name up from now on. Soon.
I always
Okay.
imagine that spelled with 2 U's.
Okay, it has to be.
Well, it's more like the U with the 2 dots above it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever that is. I don't know what that's called, but it's like a accent of sorts.
But he's literally the sun, so I was like, this is a funny double entendre.
So it has it's slightly crude, but it is a altar with accents to it, praising the sun god.
Okay. So you see a lot of oranges, golds, whites. You also see large hammers and small nods to matrimony of sorts, because he is one of the first married. So he's the in-lore soon married a Tarla, and that was called the first matrimony, the first marriage. They are the mothers and fathers of matrimony, so they also do marriages and are. It's kind of a divine thing, but yeah. So you do see small pieces of the altar that come apart, come back together, and almost look like clasping hands. And they seem to be clasping around this small sun medallion and praying, I would assume, at the altar.
Yes.
Not chained, because the chains break because of him flexing, because he is a fucking massive unit. Describe your character, please.
Okay, my character is a Luxodon, a very large elephant creature man. He, normally when he's not praying, he stands tall and has a friendly face on it at all times. He stands at a lofty 8 feet tall, and he is not wearing true armor. Most of the stuff he has on is just decorative to show off his faith. So, a chess piece made of weak metal that has engravings on it for the sun god. Um, metal not gloves on, and a nice pair of leather boots, and a huge tits.
They need big Zuga, Bagumas, and then again comes another Luxodon from another school.
Um, and he has a bit of scarring on his face because, despite his most attempted peaceful methods, not everyone is receptive to the sun god like he is. Lashing out in anger.
I'm probably the only other person on the ship that would see this, because I am probably the only person that ever talks to him. As I enter
Well,
his shrine,
there are a few humans and other things that are used as slaves for, like, very menial manual labor. So there are a few that do come talk to him, but not as much that are as trusted with the key to this chamber as you are. There's maybe one or two other slaves that could enter here, and they allow others to come in and pray every so often if they.
yeah. Anyways, as I enter the shrine, I will bow towards it, and then make my way up to the one that is, I guess, the priest of this, which is the Loxodon.
Yeah.
What is your character's name? I would assume I know this by now.
I currently have him named as Leos.
Lidos. You've been requested for something.
Lidos, you don't hear this at the moment. As you are praying, make me a wisdom check. Sorry,
Oh,
wisdom save. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, even better. Oh, that's 22.
22. You feel this warmth as your 10 hours of praying have nearly finished. You feel this warmth embrace you. Do you accept the warmth?
Of course.
As you feel the eyes, your corneas, begin to blaze with the heat. You begin to feel your ears flap as you feel the savannas of your home. You begin to feel the bright sun, a beacon in this darkened expanse that you find yourself on this ocean. My child.
Yes, soon.
The torch has been lit. Become a beacon to those who search for you. This small prison you find yourself in is not but a challenge. Prove yourself. Slay those who would go against the good of the world. Those that hide in the darkness, for they are evil. Bring them to the light.
Yes, soon.
It's at this point you hear Lidos from behind you.
Ugh. I stand up.
Why did
It
you
takes me
say
a moment.
why did you say race kobold?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I copied off of the guy above it. So Faust. I copied from Faust.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be Faust?
Faust. Probably Faust.
Faust, right?
Yes.
Faust.
I'm
Lots
gonna
of dogs.
post goblin tits in the general chat.
Fuck yeah.
No, I'm just fucking, don't worry.
Damn it!
Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. this is Leos.
Anyways,
Yes. Um. What is it?
You would know this is ingrain.
Ah, a friendly face. Is. I'm happy to make your acquaintance.
I picture your character, because you don't do voices, Zeus, is more like, oh, a friendly face.
I need I can't get a I need to get like a deeper voice for this.
Friendly face.
A friendly face.
I'll do
not.
meaty voice again.
Oh no, Zeus, please,
friendly face.
please don't do the mushroom voice. Don't do it.
The mushroom voice.
Hello there, everyone. No, that's not the voice of this character.
I will work on the voice later on. But I was sick earlier.
Mario, there's just a pitch another castle.
Anyway,
There you
Zeus,
go.
sorry.
That's Mario.
I am
What can you do about it?
gruff and okay.
You're down here, down deep, and
I'm down.
get her going.
Continue, sorry, Leos.
I am happy to make your acquaintance.
You've been requested for some last rites to an unfortunate ship member.
Again?
Yes.
Understood. This job is dangerous.
No,
And
it was not anything particularly dangerous. They simply did not pay attention to the dangers of an item that was lying around.
Leos, you said this. What passes through your mind is tripped over a rope and maybe impaled himself on a ballista bolt. Okay, I could do that.
yeah, I've seen this before. I'm actually gonna grab your shoulder. You be safe. I would rather do less of these rites, despite my enjoyment of showing off my faith. I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Okay, that lasts for
Hey.
like a minute.
Yes,
It's
the
still
last one.
it's
It's
still cool
still-
though.
It's still flavorful of like he does this naturally religious thing.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, Soup.
Con save.
Yes. As this
You burst into
divine-
flames.
As this divine energy passes through your body.
13.
Add guidance to it, please, if you want.
14.
14.
Oh,
Okay, that meets the DC. You
Oh.
feel the energy pass through your body, and the horrible diet you've had for the past few weeks or at least months would have probably caused anyone in your station to have a heart attack or horrible blood clots. And you feel as this divine energy passes over you, those symptoms seem to almost fade away momentarily.
Yes. I am an owl. Why are they feeding me lettuce?
Owl.
Owls don't eat lettuce. Owls eat mice. They are almost carnivores.
They're feeding you bread,
Yes, why are they feeding me bread?
and they're injecting it with gluten.
Okay. They eat mice, rats, frogs, birds, squirrels, snakes, fish, and lizards. You are like the fucking ship or cat to fucking eliminate all the goddamn rats. That's how
Yes.
you're fed. You hunt the rats down.
Yes. Anyways. I will, I guess, make my way back to the entrance to the shrine, and once I get to the door, I turn around and bow towards it again as I make my exit.
Leos,
yes.
as he bows, you realize it's probably time to go do your last rites. You turn towards your holy symbol, which is the centerpiece of this altar.
Yeah. All right. I say but before taking it, I say one word quick prayer on my breath. I take it, and Is it is it more like a crucifix type thing? Like I just hold it, or is it like a necklace?
It can be a necklace. It can be something you wear on your wrist, a ring. I would assume it would be more of a necklace, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like he's a necklace kind of guy because I feel like if he gets heated, he takes it off and shakes it at you.
Yeah.
It's a keychain with his gamer tag on it.
Oh,
Funny Gamer 69.
Queef Constador.
oh, perfect.
So as you take it and you stare at your holy symbol, you watch as the altar in front of you turns into flame and dissipates.
Let us move.
Alright, I'm already outside the door.
Oh,
I'd
right,
be waiting for
right,
you
right.
there.
Yeah, I'm fine. I walk past you and say that.
Now that I've acquired the cleric, I will lead him to the place where the person unfortunately perished.
Alright,
Avoiding the route that goes by the quartermaster's office.
roll. Let me see. Yeah, you can get
Sex
there. There's
is
no
wonderful.
blocks. Yeah. I will say, what's your passive perception, Mr. Elephant Man with big ears?
Oh, it's 13. Wait, I have advantage on.
So that
Things
will give
with
you
scent.
technically a +5 extra to your passive perception.
Yes.
That makes it an 18.
You hear from one of the hallways down the way. But, anyways.
Sacrilegious.
It's
Actually,
not.
no, it's not.
Not
It's
in
not
your
at all.
religion.
Yeah, I guess not in his religion. It's not sacrilegious. but
Any
in
amount
some
of children's good.
Consummating the matrimony is good in your religion. Sacrilegious would be just whores, yes. So you're not sure, but you don't remember doing a marriage on the ship. So yes, sacrilegious would fit here.
That's me. I'm right. They can talk. I'm like a grumpy old man. I'm loving this. Okay.
He's secretly 7,000 years old.
I currently have him set to 150 years old.
I will say, the Loxodons of the what's it called? The plateau, like, what are they fucking called? Mesa Plateaus in Cragstone.
Yeah.
They can live quite a life. There are druids, classes that could exist there. Druids, clerics, monks, and rangers to an extent. And most of the individuals, the monks and the druids that live there, can live thousands of years, technically. They are nomadic and they are isolated, secluded. So, you can have your character at this point be probably well over 400, 500 years old if you wanted to.
All right. Honestly, perfect.
I'll say in my world, the Luxodons can live normally if they're just like traveling and they're like normal people can live around. How old is the normal one?
The normal one lives to a maximum of 450.
Yeah, I would say probably a good 1,200 years old is the normal Loxodons in my world.
Okay.
They are nearly all extinct, but there are huge fashions of them in nomadic ways. But
It's like the Yoda thing. It's like
yeah.
one child and whatever every 1,000 years.
Well, it's more that they don't really mate too much just because of like how long their lifespan is, which is 1,200 years. So normally you could be about, I would say about a Loxodon matures at around age like 50. Like they're old enough to have children around 50, but they mature around 50. I would say the age of adulthood for Loxodons, I think in normal D&D, what is it, like 40 or something? Or is it the same age as humans?
They're considered mature by the age of 60.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's
sorry,
about it.
Then it would take them longer to be mature in my world then. So I would say probably about age 80 would be maturity, and then probably 60 would be adulthood. So...
Gotcha. Yeah. Sacrilegious,
so
but
a
also
young adult would be like 150.
sacrilegious, but not that bad. It's whatever. I would have appreciated them asking me first.
Yes. Hey, Mr. Elephant Man, can we have sex? Oh ho ho, not without me watching.
Just to ensure that you do things in the rightful name of God.
Make
But
sure
have
you
a torch in between you.
better have a fucking sheet between you.
Make
If we can all help it, he's going to pull out a 6-inch ruler and just make sure that there's 6 inches between.
You must make sure the sun can see you.
The sun don't shine where they're doing it. Anyways, so as you guys make your way up to the top deck, Luxodon, You see a small crowd of people like surrounding this area of the ship, and they're like, "The fuck happened? I don't know. He just turned to dust. What happened to the other one? He like fucking exploded." And then there's a bunch of people talking, and Rochelle is standing by the doorway as you walk out. Cleric,
I give her a head nod.
how's your seclusion and darkness going?
Not as dark as you think. The sun is always with me.
Still preaching about that deity, aren't you?
Yes. The one that blesses these lands.
His time is long past, and his blessings rarely reach the world anymore due to, should I say, his banishments due to his sin. I cannot faithfully follow someone who has sinned as he has. So I apologize if I do not count him amongst the divine, as you do.
I give her a good Luxodon glare as I walk away towards the crowd.
And in character, your character would know. Soon and Atarla are banished from ever setting foot on the world of Turam because of a sin that they created.
Yeah.
Was it the sin of lust?
Maybe? I don't know.
No
one actually knows the real sin. There's theories, but they are known for the first. Out of character, they are known for creating the first sin.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it's lust, envy, sloth, wrath, pride, greed, and what's the last one?
I just watched
envy,
that show.
pride, envy. It's envy, greed, pride, sloth, lust, and wrath. And
There's 7 deadly sins.
what's the last one again? Gluttony.
Lust. Yes, gluttony.
Yeah. I was disappointed in them for them.
Anyways, so as you begin to walk towards this crowd and push past them, a few of the drow notice and step out of your way. You have a little bit of commanding respect here amongst some of the drow, because some of the drow do visit you to an extent. Not all of them, but like maybe 1 or 2 every time the ship like switches out their people, like will come over and talk to you and maybe pray too. You've converted a few of them, not many.
It's hard. This place is too dark.
Yeah. You do see one of them that's wearing the handmade holy symbol that you and him made a while back. It's made of like pieces of like scrap metal and wood that you guys put together. It's ratchety, but he still wears it underneath his cloak, and as you like pass by him, he shows you it and then tucks it back in so no one else sees it.
Good. I cast guidance on him too.
You pass by and just like touch his shoulder, give him a nod, and continue.
Okay. Corpse.
As you look down towards the corpse, you see an arm with like a large hole in it. You see what seems to be from the foot to the knee. You see a destroyed head and eyeball rolling upon the deck as the ship moves. And a lot of blood and entrails. And then you see a set of clothing with dust in it.
Even despite my faith, I would not eat this.
Eat?
Yeah, well, I heard they're suggesting that they were gonna use it for feed. And I was like, this is hardly food, even if I wasn't religious. I will definitely do a feeling alright for this person. This looks horrid and very painful.
Okay. Describe the final rite ritual you do.
Okay. So it's a okay, give me a second. Okay, I've got it. It is me taking the holy symbol, requesting that the sun god like let him pass through, make sure everything goes smoothly. and to shine light upon us, even though we let this good man leave. And it's like I'm walking around, I'm muttering words of like the sun, the light, flame, and yeah, that's about it without being able to bury him.
As you begin to prance around a little bit, throwing some rosemary and thyme, and then like taking a torch and creating this almost barrier of smoke, you create this like holy ritual circle. Roll me a religion check.
Hey. Ooh. 17.
17.
Yeah.
You feel the ritual starting to take place, but you feel a strange, chilling wind hit. Roll me a D100.
Okay. I don't have my on me right now, so I can hear.
And I'll say add your wisdom modifier.
Plus 3. Oh, I didn't do the command actually properly. Oh, I'm stupid. There we go. 71.
You watch as the body parts almost freeze over for a second before you take your torch and shove it forward a little bit and just like put it above, and you watch as the circle of smoke suddenly turns into a ring of fire as the body begins to burn, and you see it just turn into flakes and dissipates, as well as the ash into a golden flame. And as the ring starts to fall apart a bit, you see it starts to turn into this serpent-like color as this serpent-like shape as it starts to spiral into the air before disappearing.
He has been given safe passage. Thank you all for letting me do it. Thank you for letting me do this.
You see a few of the drow go, "Our fucking meal! That was fresh meat!"
I like pinch the bridge of my trunk. Please do not eat people.
They start to throw stuff at you.
I'm returning to my quarters.
You hear, "Docking! Started now! Everyone to your posts!" And Rachel goes, "It will not be necessary. We've made it back to the wall. You may return to your small chapel in the wall after you help us dock. By the way, where is that strange alien and Liliane at? They should be up here right now." And she's asking you, Sue.
Oh.
Ingrain, you were the last one to speak to them. What happened to the quartermaster and your friend?
I have reason to believe that they may be in the quartermaster's office.
She looks at you, and you see her only single eye suddenly come to an understanding. Oh, I see. Well, I'll have to discuss that with Liliane later. And get more details. Anyways. Ingrain locks it on. Please help us fasten these ropes. And you see these two large ropes shot with harpoons hit the water next to the ship as the ship is pushing past them. Grab those ropes, please.
I will grab one of the ropes.
I grab the other rope. I'm gonna one-man army this.
They are like 7 foot thick ropes.
Powerful build, man.
That's a really... I'm sorry, 7 foot thick as in diameter?
Yes, this is a 4-mast ship.
That's a fucking humongous.
That's overkill.
awesome
Galleon.
rope.
That's overkill. There is no way ropes are made in that size.
It's a fucking galleon, my guy.
This is a fantasy setting, Sue.
Yes,
Let it be
I know
cool.
it's a fantasy setting, but I know ships, and I know ships only need ropes, especially
It's a
galleon
fucking
ships.
campaign!
Stop being lame.
only need to be like, how big is that?
No, I'm stupid. No, sorry, not 7
5
feet.
inches in diameter.
Not 7 feet. I'm fucking stupid. Sorry.
Oh.
They're about. I messed up. I meant to say like 7 inches. My bad.
Okay, that's more reasonable.
I misspoke on feet. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
right.
because if it's 7 feet tall, that's taller than me.
Yeah, so like it's very thick fucking rope. Like you have to actually a normal human would have to cradle their arms around it just to get around it
Yeah.
and be able to grab it. Yeah.
Yeah, like these ropes are as big as I don't know, a shoe-ish in terms of just holding it in size. That would take 2 hands to hold it. Yes, I hold on to one of them.
So as you grab on one of them, the Loxodon grabs onto the other one. As a few other drow are starting to like grab some other ropes, like smaller ropes that have been shot out, like maybe 2-inch wide ropes, and these are more supporting ropes. These are the 2 main ropes. You two grab at them and start to pull them towards the ship. I need athletics checks from the both of you, please.
I would like to rage to grant myself advantage on this.
You may do so.
All right. As I rage, my claws sort of dig into the rope to ensure I have good grip on that, and my talons dig into the deck of the ship to make sure I have good footing.
All right, Zeus.
Does powerful build here help me?
believe it grants
It
you
does.
advantage.
I will give you advantage for it.
Fuck yeah.
All right, athletics check +8 at advantage. +8 ADV.
Beautiful. That is 25, and that's a crit. Not crit, nat 20.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20 total.
So, at this point, Soup, you're having a little bit of trouble pulling it in. It's going to take you a little bit longer, but watch as the Loxodon takes his trunk and just wraps it around and pulls it, and then he grabs it with his hands, just pulls it in with his raw strength. And you
he is naturally strong. I had to work for all of this.
He starts to pull it he starts to back up without any issue towards the center of the ship, where you see this large knob, this small shape that seems to buckle inwards and back outwards at the very top. It's this round metal shape, and it seems to be about 5 feet tall in total. And it seems to be in the very center of the ship itself. And you see the Loxodon go over to it and starts to wrap the rope around the center mast. Loxodon, roll me a survival check. And
Ooh,
so, if you would
okay.
like, roll me another athletics check with advantage.
All right, I assume because it's flavor damage to ensure I keep the rage up.
I will say you are exerting yourself to the point where your rage will stay up, yes.
All right, wonderful.
18.
Nat 20 for 28.
Nat 20, you finally get it in, and you, watching the Loxodon, you're like, fuck you, piece of shit. And you start to run with the rope, the ship is, creaking under each one of your, talon steps as you get it towards, and you start to wrap around as well. Zeus, what'd you roll?
18 on the survival check.
I thought you said 21.
No.
Okay, 18. So, as you manage to tie it, you're tying it and you're, looking over towards Soup's character, Ingrain, because you're like, I need the other rope to finish tying this off, and you see him finally pull it up. Soup, start making me a survival check. I'll give you
All right.
advantage on this because he's already succeeded his. Well, technically he didn't succeed his because he didn't have the other rope, and the DC was already 21.
Now,
But
what kind of
Where's-
knot are we tying here? Because
You
this
are
is
trying- these ropes are connected to the wall, and it is used to dock the ship. It is going to be a very tough sailor's knot to tie.
okay.
Give me your rope knowledge.
All
Not
right,
while you
and you
roll.
said survival with advantage. I will be
Yes.
rolling that now. 19 total.
All right, so as you're both tying it, the knob in the middle of the ship, which you're tying it to, is very slippery with seawater. And as you're tying it, some of the rope's coming undone. The claws had frayed bits of the rope, and it's getting tough to tie. All the other small side knots have been tied, and a few of the drow are like, all right, our job's done, Rochelle's like, all right, is everybody done? And she looks over, get that knot tied, get those ropes tied already, otherwise we're gonna fall. And she's pointing towards the two of you. Both of you, make me survival checks with advantage.
Okay, horrid. Better. 21.
This is the group one, by the way. It's 1 DC that you both need to add together to make. Just so you're aware.
I only got a 16.
21.
Alright. You feel confident in the rope being tied. You have
That
another
means
action.
we failed.
You have another action.
I cast command on the rope.
You waste the spell slot, and the rope does not utter your command.
Oh.
So I get one more chance to roll survival.
Well, you think it's fine. If you would like to make a check to see, you could roll me just a general investigation or perception check, very quickly.
Perception it is.
Okay.
14.
It looks fine to you.
Should be good, as far as I'm aware. I'm not actually a sailor.
All right. So, as it's fine, you give the thumbs up to Rochelle, and she's like, "All hands, grab the sides, attach your belts." And Ingrain, you know what this means? The crew members, not the slaves, mind you, have these small belts that they have a hook attached to attach to ropes or the side of the ship. So when it gets pulled up, they don't fall off. You don't have one, neither does the elephant.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So, at this point, people are starting to fix themselves to the side, and you watch as one of them goes, "You better hold on, elephant!" The ship lurches up as you feel it is being dragged out of the water and upwards. Do you guys hold on to anything?
Oh, I'm holding on to the mast.
I'm holding on to the mast, but I'll
So
also hold on to them as well.
There is
just
a
to make
mast
sure
about
they're
20
fine.
feet in either direction of this large knob. We call it the hobknocker, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
go.
assuming these masts are along the length of the ship? So, like, there's one in front of the other?
Yes, but so here, it's a 4-mast ship, but it's a pretty big fucking ship. It's like a good 600 or so plus feet in length, and there are 4 masts. And in the very center of the ship, instead of a mast, there is a large
Yes,
knob where you tied. Yeah, the knot.
I'm going to run to the mast center bow. So the one that's in, like, the middle, but towards the front.
Okay, so you start to run towards that one. What's your speed?
I have a 40-foot speed. If
Alright.
needed, I can fly.
Easily able to get over there and grab onto it. If you'd like to make me a strength saving throw with advantage. And then you, Mr. Zeus, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow after him and try to help him as I'm getting my hold.
What's your movement speed?
My movement speed's 30.
So, you get 5 feet away from the mast before the ship lurches. You make me just a normal strength save.
Ah. 17.
Soup, you manage to grab hold of the mast, and you'd watch the elephant go and try to grab one of the ropes of the mast before the ship lurches, and you watch as the ropes you thought had been tied come untied immediately, and the elephant falls back as the ship begins to lurch to one side and starts to spin.
Of course, because I failed to tie knots.
The elephant hits the knob in the middle of the ship and begins to swirl with the ship as the ship is, what you know is usually dragged against the wall upwards, then repaired once it gets to the top because it does deal some damage, is now spinning and heading towards the wall while it's spinning. About 15, 20 feet out of the water at the moment.
Is it possible to... Never mind.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is it possible to run back to the tying post and attempt to tie the knots again?
It would be very... You have like 5 feet of movement, if you have 30 feet of movement, to run on this spinning ship. But...
I don't need to run,
yeah,
I can
you
fly.
can always try to fly back and grab the ropes and try to tie them again, but you gotta realize you're on a spinning-ass ship. There's 2 ropes that are very heavy and hard to tie. The elephant is there. He could try to grab them if he wanted to.
Wait. They are darkness.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
Elephant.
Elephant was having evil thoughts.
Elephant, the 2 ropes are coming fully untangled behind you. They're like lashing your back as you're up against this knob. They're starting to fly off. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna I'm gonna try to at least
You're gonna
grab one of them.
You gonna Spider-Man this?
Oh hell yeah, I'm Spider-Maning it.
All right. As you grab towards both of them, make me 2 athletics checks, 1 for each of them. And this would have been at disadvantage because you're using one hand and not your full body for this, but because of your powerful build, I'll give you a normal roll.
Can
Can
trunk
I,
for one of them?
using my movement to get over there, assist him with this?
You can't use your trunk, Zeus, because that'll rip your face off.
Gotcha.
And
Understood.
yes, you can. Soup, you can get over there easily if you would like to make athletics check on one of them to give it. Actually, I will allow you to make. I'll allow you to give an advantage on one of the rolls. Choose first or second.
I will choose second.
All right, Zeus.
Great choice.
Roll your first one with normal.
First is a 23.
All right, DC was 22 for that one, so you got it. You managed to grab it with one hand, and it starts to pull you off to the side as you go to grab the other one, and you see the owl folk lands in your arm and pushes you forward to try and grab it as he reaches out and grabs it himself. What was your athletics check for the second one?
Okay, second one. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Can I go for higher? Actually, I can go for higher.
Hold up, I have something for this. Give me a second.
Can we get much so high?
24 high.
24 was the DC for the second one.
The advantage saved it
As
by
you get
one.
pulled to one side, the owl folk lands on your arm and pulls you forward as you both grab onto that one, and you manage to hold on to it. As the ropes feel like they're starting to tear your arm apart, you take
No damage.
16 points of slashing damage. Technically not slashing, bludgeoning, I'll say. As you feel your body starting to be torn apart a bit, you manage to hold on. So, now here's the problem. Those ropes have come unaffixed from the hob, and you're holding them. Sorry, the knob. And they are being pulled up too, similar to the other ropes. You are about to be pulled off of the ship. What are you doing?
Okay, okay, this is what I'm thinking about. Okay,
So
there
like, right
are...
now, everyone else that's on the ship is watching it spin and watching the elephant do 360s around the knob. While it's like sitting on his ass doing 360s.
I have an amazing ass grip right now. my tight cheeks.
You can try to wrap your tail around the knob and your trunk, because if only one of them is wrapped around it to an extent, it'll rip your face or your tail off. But
Yeah.
there's a chance it'll help if you wrap both.
Okay,
You will have a normal athletics check if you wrap both.
so I was just thinking, because my original plan was like, man, if the ship goes down, all of these evil people that have been trapping me here are now all dead, but then also the good people here are dead as well. So I can't just let everyone die.
I will say, Tentusi, at this point, like, damn, this girl knows how to do a circle motion. That's what's going on in your mind.
Damn.
Oh.
This is really fucking rocking.
Man, you're doing the geomancer on your hands.
I'm gonna try.
Honestly,
Yeah.
in the middle of all this, I like to imagine that he's grabbing on one of them, and his other hand is holding onto mine, where I'm facing in the opposite direction, grabbing onto the second rope.
Yes, and you're both spinning around the knob.
I'm gonna go trunk and tail, just try to Spider-Man it, pull everything together.
And is there any way you would like to try and help this soup?
I am going to try and pull the rope that I'm holding onto closer to the knob to try and get it back into position.
Okay. Both of you make athletics checks.
Am I still raging?
Soup, you do not get advantage even if you are raging, because you are not firmly planted on the ground.
Understandable. So just a normal roll for athletics then.
Yes.
23.
23, okay.
17.
That's 40 total. That was the DC you needed to make. So, as you both begin to do your jobs, you pull the rope towards the knob, and using the elephant to make sure you're no longer spinning, you both just... Elephant, you do suffer, by the way, just so you're aware. Another 5 points of fire damage as you feel the intense heat beginning to build up on your blubbery skin and hide from just the friction of this.
May my ass be martyr.
And may my tender be loin. Sorry, wrong. My loins be tender. Anyways, as you manage to stop the spinning and you pull it closer, the ship is spinning less and less the closer you get the ropes to it. If you would like to make both of you survival checks with advantage here, because you have now gotten your grip back and you are having this adrenaline push through you, you both need to roll a 20 or above. It's not a DC that both of you need to meet. It's that you both need to equal 40.
Minimum.
You have advantage.
Advantage. Okay.
Wisdom is based on... Well, it's wisdom-based score for survival.
Yes.
Yes. I'm just not proficient in it is the problem.
Okay, so it's going to be
I am
1d20 plus
proficient in
3.
survival, so I have about a 25% chance to succeed this.
Yeah.
I am going to fail this. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to die.
I call that your ass is fat.
I don't have an ass.
You have one more action after this attempt, by the way, before the ship slams into the wall. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I failed.
Ooh!
23?
I will say, as you are technically holding on to him, do you want to cast guidance?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna say, I believe in you.
I believe in you that believes in me that believes in you. So, Soup, roll.
Oh, no.
Alright, an extra
May the
D4.
light guide you.
It didn't help.
It did, because the DC is 40, and he rolled a 23, which puts your total up to 39, plus 1d4 of 1
Baller!
meets the DC. I will say that, as you see that he's struggling, you reach out and you just hold him, and what do you say to him as you're holding him?
I pull him. I'm holding him close. The light loves you, and may it guide your hands true.
Maybe fly to the skies once more in the future.
Yes.
At this point, you guys manage to pull tight the ropes and hold them there as the ship stops spinning, hits against the wall hard.
Ship dies.
Both of you roll me strength saves with advantage.
Alright, strength save at advantage plus 8 ADV.
Hey, 23. Oh my, this die is awesome.
The dice hates me.
Wait,
Use dice
how long
roll.
does
Yeah, you know, screw it. I'm using Dice Golem for this.
it does? One ability check. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, let's... Because Dice Golem doesn't do advantage, I'm just gonna roll 2d20 plus 8.
Okay. 18.
18.
That succeeds. So, as it hits against the wall, you both feel yourselves nearly let go, but you manage to hold strong, holding onto this rope that's now been not tied, but loosely fit around this knob. The ship, taking a heavy hit, starts to pull up against the side. The drow look at you all and sigh as they start to go about their things, going across the railings, taking off their hooks and starting to reaffix some of the ropes. You see a few of the other drow starting to rush over to you as Rachel is on the ship's hull, starting to do a few other things. You watch as the captain, Layrist, lands right next to you. Allow me. And starts to, with her spider legs, takes and wraps around the knob the two large ropes. No punishment will be seen, because you fixed the problem that you caused. But there will be no reward for your bravery. This is a warning. Make sure you follow orders properly. And you, elephant, we must discuss your further association with the crew.
Oh no, she's angry.
No, she's only angry at me. But then again, I did what I could, and I happened to not do very well this time.
Still angry.
At this
I know
point,
she's still angry.
4 hours pass as the entirety of the ship is raised to the top of the wall. Where you see, as it gets to the top, this dam like concrete, almost stone. There are a multitude of ships hanging on the opposite side of the wall. You can see many people coming through and repairing them. You see this large walled, basically, area with many buildings and shops and other items placed on it. These large ramps that lead up to the large islands, almost plateaus on both sides of the channel. You see a multitude of people rushing about. Most of them pirates, to be honest with you. Some of them are not. Some of them are humans or other individuals in rags, or some of them in blacksmith-like attire going around. You hear, "The main ship's back! Captain Lyris returns! Smiths! Carpenters! Ship's taking heavy damage on its raising!" And you see this one human's giving a few commands to some of the other smiths and whatnot. You see a few of the drow, which is funny enough, who are wearing smithing and carpeting attire, also listening to this individual. He probably holds a pretty good station. And you see, actually no, it would be a female human, sorry. And you see they all start to get ready. They're taking these large tools. You see these large beasts, these displacer beasts, these panthers with 6 legs and 6 tendrils, and they seem to almost shift every so often, affixed with these large metal mouthpieces and being used as pack animals, as they seem to carry these large sleighs of wood, metal, and other pieces. As you see a drow with a leather mask, seemingly mastering each one of these small beast sleds, with a whip on their side. And you hear, which, if anyone speaks Undercommon,
Me.
you don't hear it.
Oh.
All you hear in Undercommon is Lillian going, "Yes, yes, 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 yes. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes, yes."
Oh boy. Oh yes.
You know the text to speak when you put, "Oh, baby. Oh, baby."
Oh
Yeah.
baby.
Stephen Hawking, give it to me good.
But that's awful. I hate it. I love it. Hate it.
Anyways, I will say. Never mind. You don't need to know that. Anyways, so as she, and by that I mean I'm referring to the ship, finally is pulled up. You see these large tracks are put, rolled up to where the ship is coming through, and you see they're made minor adjustments as people back away from them, and the ship is hit onto this track as it's about to list over. These large claws fly off of the track and land onto the side of the ship, stopping it from falling over as they start to follow the track to the very center of this large town, where a groove suddenly opens in the center of this wall as the ship is placed down, as these large claws come out from the other side and the tracks are removed. You see multitudes of individuals. Ropes are thrown onto the ship. Multiple nets. Large crates are starting to be pulled off and on the ship as the ship is being unloaded and loaded. You can see multiple carpenters, smiths, and everything are starting to rush over to the ship as it's docking. You get the feeling repairs are to be made. At this point, you see Drow are starting to jump off the ship, and you see Rachel go, "I'll go get the quartermaster. She should have a list done by now." Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she has a different list in her mind. Anyways, you two. Ingrain. Go with Leos to his chapel. You don't need to go to the slave quarters. After all, I'm going to be sending you with the weird woman on her quest.
Quest.
And I think the captain will agree that we should probably send a cleric too. One that has earned a little bit of ire amongst the crew. So go home until we call you. Explore the town. There's many different trinkets and fine things to find. Just don't leave the town. There's many dangers.
I will make my way off the ship towards the chapel.
Okay. I assume you follow Leos to the chapel, right?
Yes.
Leos,
Yes.
as you two begin to descend the ropes and nets that lead down off the ship, you eventually hit the stone ground. A nice chill wind passes over you as night is taking the sky in the overcast weather. Rain's dominance. A small bit of sprinkling water hits your face from the rain above. The sounds of crashing waves from below and from the sound of some people's, well, from the mouths of some people's faces, almost as like a language is being spoken, begins to catch your ears. Where are you headed to, Leos? Are you headed to the chapel, or are you headed somewhere else?
Definitely the chapel,
Okay.
because I am hurt, and I would like some assistance without having to use my energy.
Like the inside of your technically the inside would have been like the left and bottom part of your trunk, as well as most of your tail, has heavy burn marks and rub marks, and like there's a little bit of your like the inside of your trunk showing.
Man.
So you also feel like you like might have thrown your back out a little bit by like hitting that knob when you fell on it.
Great.
So as you're like walking, you're like trying to like, you know, when like you're moving your shoulder in and out, basically. You're chicken winging it.
Yeah.
So as you begin to walk, your passive perceptions both pick up. Hey, did you hear? What? That strange shadow-like creature, it attacked again. What's the captain doing? Why won't she send any of us out? Shh! Don't question the captain. She has her reasons. Why do you think we're investigating the tower? What, do you think she thinks that the shadows come from this strange center of the island? That's what I think. That's what I've heard. Rumors. I don't know. I wasn't here 500 or so. I wasn't here 1,000 years ago. Neither was I. Man, the captain's old, isn't she? She is. What do you think happened that day? Why was the island destroyed? I don't like to think about it, but rumors from out of town say that it was a magical explosion. Yes, but I heard it was a strange creature being we don't know. Keep it on the down low. And you see individuals walking past. You see these small drow children running past as they seem to be playing a game. A few of them stop and look at you. One of them, a little drow female comes, a child comes up and hands you this long flower that seems to droop with these purple petals, and hands it to you, Leos. Leos! And hands it to you.
I take it from her delicately. Beautiful.
And she starts to run off.
Despite what their forefathers are like, the children are very nice.
I will say there are quite a few people here in like the small fortress town that you are part of that have converted to an extent. And a lot of the children are interested in the religion you have, to be precise. Not part of it, but interested in it, because you are such a kind soul, I think. Correct? That's how.
Oh yeah, no, he's very kind. He smiles a lot.
All right. So as you also do group story reading for the children every so often.
Oh, of course.
But as you begin to walk towards the chapel, you also start to hear. Did you hear there was an attack in? Did you hear about the strange bell that rang? That's the fog wall, apparently. Some of the mages were saying that it fell nearly minutes after. Some are saying the Divine have mentioned a name. Sozin. The Forgotten. That's just hogwash, you know that. Should we ask Leos when he returns? Maybe we should.
I wonder where I heard that name before.
I wonder.
I wonder.
Did you hear? Oridon's closed its ports. I did. Is that because of that new pirate group that's trying to take over the Mithril Sea? They can't beat us. They know that. They should just join us. You know Lairish would not allow that. Why? Because most of them are men? No, because they're not drow. Yeah, but we could still have them do the ritual and join us. Shh! And they see you walking past and go, shh! We don't talk about the ritual to those who have not taken it. And they just watch you as you walk by. Eventually, you begin to approach a chapel at the the northern edge of this large walled city. The walled city stretches from north to south, mind you, and it has a small curve because it's like a dam. On the northern side of this small walled city, next to the ramp that leads up to the... Actually, no, I'd say going just out of the city's area, because that's where the chapel is, up the ramp towards the small forest at the edge of this small part of the south part of this island up north, you see, sitting amongst one of the topmost hills of this area, if you would like to describe the small chapel you own, Zeus. Or are allowed to use as a chapel too soon.
The small building he's allowed to utilize.
It's not a building, it's an actual chapel from when Blackwater existed, but it's been refurbished to be Soon's.
Without proper funding.
From the outside look, because you're coming at it at the moment.
Okay. It is a plain brick and wood building that's very tall. It has nice architecture in the roof. Nothing too fancy. It's just better than if it was like a living quarter, like a living house.
I will say there is one amendment that I am going to make. It does have a bell tower to it, a small one. Just so you're
perfect, because I wanted at the very top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. I will say the bell tower is used as an alarm mechanism to the north of the city as well. So there are a few drow of the pirate crew that stay here. So continue.
At the top of, not in the bell tower, but on top of it, is a large sun symbol that kind of looks like one of those wind rooster things that it spins.
No problem.
Would stained glass be an option here?
Tetsushi, you're blowing into the wind.
That's not me.
Is that fiber?
No, that's me. That was a train going by.
Ah, okay.
Wow.
I will say this: stained glass is an option, but it is very rare. So you don't have colors like bright green and blues and yellows. You have like deep reds, maroons. Okay. It's very dark colors.
It's more sinister than Leo's would like, but there is like a slight mural of Soon and the other one.
Atarla.
Yeah. Them like grasping hands.
Okay.
Like a mosaic?
Yeah.
Alright, you see this green wedding dressed woman without much detail besides it being a feminine form. It seems to be partially made to look like a tree with vines, interlocking hands with a large, just fiery individual, a man made of fire. But it's not the best work.
Not an artist.
Nope. Funny enough, my grandpa makes stained glass stuff.
Fuck
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyways, as you look upon this chapel upon the hill, you hear ding 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 ding, the windpipes blowing. You hear the ever faint gung 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 of the wind blowing the bell, hitting itself, but not enough to gung 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 raise alarm.
Yeah.
You see the small fence that's permeates the front yard of it, maybe a good 50 feet out from the door, with the small trail of cut grass heading up towards the front door as well of dirt. You see maybe one or two crumbled statues in the yard that haven't been maintained since this was more clean, since this was last used as a chapel to who you would recognize in the pantheons, by the way, Mr. Leos as, let me see, it would be Slanesh, the Mother of Night. Who is not an evil god, but she's perceived that way by many mortals because many of her people become assassins to rid the world of evil, as they say.
Huh. Xaros.
Respectable, but
Slashay is the name. I'm stupid. I keep saying Slanesh, but it's Slashay.
Yeah, Slanesh is a different god.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, that sounds like a Warhammer god. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, I think it is Slanesh that is the Prince of Excess.
I think it's the Prince of Lust, isn't it?
It's Prince of Excess, just excess of everything.
Ah.
Like excess of lust, excess of hunger, excess of pain, excess of fear, excess of anything.
Okay, cool. So, as you approach this small chapel, if you like to roleplay walking up to it or whatnot.
Feels so much nicer to be on solid ground.
very. My old bones do not appreciate the sea.
The seas are very unforgiving, stretching for miles upon miles, endlessly in all directions. Can't get good bearings out there.
I don't sleep very often when I'm out there.
I
Oh,
curse
gross.
myself every day being captured by them.
I hope they free you soon. You do not deserve this.
No one truly deserves it.
No.
I don't know, man. Some people like.
As you push the door open to allow Ingrain into your chapel, as you both enter the darkly lit interior because you haven't been home in months, and the drow that live here like it dark. As you enter, everything starts to light up. As the many candelabras, the many light spells that you have cast permanently on stuff, all begin to shine in this interior. We'll get to the interior after Tentusi.
And now for an ad break.
Howdy.
Tentusi, as you awaken, cuddling with this six-armed woman,
Hell yeah.
both of you
Alright,
completely
I'm
nude.
going to mute myself again.
Fuck yeah.
You're not on the bed. It seems some sort of thing jostled you off the bed in your sleep.
Hmm. Yeah.
She is still sleeping.
Well, that went kind of how I thought, but not exactly how I planned that. God, I gotta get going, guys, and I'm gonna be late. Late for the. Oh shit.
There's a sudden
Oh,
pounding
shit.
on the door.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Quartermaster, it is time to do your job. The quartermaster is still.
I am going to quickly try and like pick her up and put her in bed and then cover with the blankets.
Okay. Another pounding on the door. Quartermaster, I think I know what you're doing in there. I think it's time for you to get up. Anything else?
I'm going to just shut up. I'm gonna shut up. She's not awake yet. It's just me.
Oh, I know you're in there, and I figured you were both sleeping. Open the door. This is
Okay, ma'am.
obviously Rachel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open the door.
Right, you unlatch the door, and the door kicks open in front of you as you see Rachel walk in with a flintlock and looks over to you
Whoa,
and
whoa,
points
whoa.
it. Listen, I don't care what you do with Lillian. That's not my business.
Okay.
When you make her late to her job, then it
That's-
becomes my business.
All right, ma'am.
I want to be very clear about this. You may be her gratification toy, or her lover, or what it is. But you do not hold her rank. You do not hold a rank above her. You are nothing. You are not a member of this crew. If and when, you manage to make her late again to her job, I will not hold it against her like the captain will. I will hold it against you. And this gun will not just be pointed at you. There will be a bullet in your chest. Do you understand?
Clearly.
She
Crystal.
takes it and points it about an inch away from your head, and as it hits maybe an inch away from your head through the wood. She takes
Got it.
another one and points it at the other side of your head, and it goes to the other side.
Crystal clear. Understood.
Good. Now, your friends have gone to the northern side of town. Just outside of town, there's a chapel. You'll see it. It's pretty
Got it.
bright at night. Go there, or speak with Captain Layrist. Your choice, really. Layrist expects to speak with you tomorrow, but was expecting to give you more information about your job 3 hours ago.
It's been 3 hours.
It's been 4.
Ah, shit.
We're already on the city. So, if you expect to look around the city, feel free. I'm just
Okay.
saying, don't mess with our workflow, please.
Roger. Understood.
Good.
Hold on. Oh, do it again.
And she
Sorry,
reloads
ma'am.
her flintlock and puts it away. Now, get going. I need to speak
Okay.
with my quartermaster.
I'm going to grab my.
By the way,
cloak.
at this point, Lillian is just awake, like, holding the blankets over. Seeing it's Rachel, she doesn't fucking continue to hold the blankets, and she just crosses all 6 of her arms. Rachel, relax, as you start to run out.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the cloak and just fucking dip. Fucking skitter scattering away like a fucking.
I will
cat
say,
running out
what's
of
your
fucking corner.
passive perception is 13?
Yes.
You would have noticed as you awoken and, like, put the blankets on her and tried to look around, the woman you slept with was reading a naughty book before. The book on the table was a naughty book before you entered her chambers. And you could
Kinda
see
figured.
obvious wet spots all around the chair area. Anyways, you also noticed a manifest and a list seemingly being copied onto a second piece of paper.
Did I see any names?
Fully finished, mind you. So there was
Yes.
2 versions of the list.
Did I see any names of interest?
In that quick glance, you could have taken it, but if you want to make me an investigation check, it's going to be high DC because it was a quick glance.
Investigation. Hold on. Okay.
My dog's
investigation.
downstairs going, "Oh!" right now
They want to be part of the fun action.
because my dad went golfing.
Your dad golf slit. Alright,
He's
Tentosi.
pretty fucking good at it too.
Has he ever gotten an 18?
I don't know what that fucking means.
It means he got a hole in one on every single
Oh
hole
fuck
in a
no!
golf course.
That's almost impossible for most people.
It's still possible though, because you just
Yeah,
need to make it one
theoretically-
shot, one hit.
Theoretically, it is possible. Yes.
I think the lowest actual score was something like 30.
Anyways.
R17.
17.
Yeah, no, I didn't get any.
You can see like parts of names, but most of it's in undercommon, and like that's not your first language, so it takes you a second. So you're like, do you want to grab it? The second list.
No, I'm not gonna push it.
Okay. So
I'm already having an angry bitch.
you left. As you make your way out and make your way out into the actual air of the city, the cold air hits you, and you feel your nipples get hard, and you look down and realize you didn't grab any of your shit.
I grabbed my fucking cloak. grabbed that
Did you
one.
say you grabbed that? Because I might have missed that.
Yes, I did.
Alright, you grabbed your cloak, which doesn't...
Mm,
It's not a jacket. It doesn't cover everything, so as you walk out, a wind hits, and you're like... You pull it closed, and you look around, and you realize you don't have anything fucking else on you. And you can't go back, because they're going to be mad at you. You grab one of the small belts from the side that no one's using right now. Just wrap it around you to keep the cloak closed.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as you look around, you look and see one of the like the Duragar, one of the dark dwarves that's currently working on fixing the ship. Obviously saw you in full view and just blushes and goes back to his working.
Shit. Fucking, okay. I am going to actually, the fucking dwarf that saw me, I'm gonna look at them and ask them, are there clothes anywhere I can have or borrow?
As this happens, he looks around. I've been revealed! I've been given a revelation by the deities! And he just jumps off the ship and starts to run.
Fuck. Useless!
As you're like looking around and going, fuck, useless! And looking around for stuff, you suddenly feel this strange, almost carapace-like bladed hand wrap around your face. And you feel yourself pulled against this hide, almost body, and you hear... And you begrudgingly look right over your shoulder, and you see this spider-like mouth just
I know it.
breathing in your face. And you look up and see the body of the beautiful drow body of Lady Lairist staring from above, going, well, if it isn't our friend, how was yours and Lillian's night? Oh, that was sarcastic. I know exactly how it was. I see all on this ship. Congratulations. Now.
Thank you.
Flashback to her sitting in her office, knowing that she sees all on the ship.
Now. You may be looking for clothes, aren't you?
Yes.
Of course. Come with me. I've got some clothing for you. And she starts to lead you to her room to get you some clothing.
I feel like I've been like the fucking principal like walked in on me in the fucking bathroom drinking or something like that. I'm just like,
Or just completely naked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
After bullying a kid to run out.
He's like, well, shit. You see, here's the deal.
Anyway, so as you walk towards her room, she has a room set on top, directly underneath the steering wheel. There's this second ledge that seems to maybe like 5-6 feet wide, and then there's the other one that goes below deck. And you see many different pillars and beautiful woodworkings around this doorway, which stands about 15 feet wide, 2 7-foot long, 7-foot wide doors, and about 14 feet in height because she needs about 12 feet, I would say, because she could just bend down in. These 2 large windows that are made of stained glass that seem to have curtains from the inside closed, but you can see bits of light peering through. As she walks up, these very ornately carved doors, like, if someone were to have this in, like, a settlement, they'd probably be considered a noble to any common folk.
Got it.
And these are probably worth, like, thousands of gold just to carve by a master craftsman.
Jesus.
As she goes, there's no like handle to the door or anything. Soup, you may leave if you need to, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, you may leave if you need to. I'm probably we'll just say your character. I'll just say send me your character sheet and I'll use them next session.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start typing then.
Okay. So, as there's nothing to open the door with, she looks at you and goes, just so you're aware, no one can get into my room without my permission. And she knocks on the door with her drow hand, and as she does, you hear echo. And then it opens up both doors as she slowly bends down a bit and just puts her hand on the top of the door frame and starts to crawl in and goes, are you coming?
Yeah, yes. So I'm following her.
And she crawls in. As she does, and you follow, you get into the room and you hear, "Irk!" The doors close behind you. As you see this large room that looks a bit bigger than how it should be. On the outside, it looked like it was maybe rectangular. By the way, it looked like it was maybe about 80 feet wide and maybe 60 feet long. To your knowledge, just to the back of the ship. And here it's about 120 feet wide and about 100 feet long.
Yeah, that's totally normal.
Which is strange. It's almost like this space is distorted. And you see the roof itself goes up and has these, not curves, but these triangular, almost trapezoid-like roof. And you see a single chandelier hanging that has this bluish-green light that flickers. You see multiple curtains on the windows. You see multiple windows that didn't even exist on the side of the ship to what you saw on the sides of the room. You see a wardrobe or two. You see a large bed that's like 15 feet wide. Many different poles and fabrics and felts sitting around it. A few paintings, a large desk with many different notes and scribbles, scrolls put into small cubbies on the desk. You see a few coin purses. You see her great rapier leaning against one of the walls, which seems to have a hook that affixes to it. You see a cannon in the middle of her room, which is the main display with a single rug underneath it. You see multiple skeletal bones of skeletons of creatures she's probably killed that create this macabre kind of structure of a giant human skeleton that seems to be reaching down for the cannon, almost as an art piece, and it seems to be below the large chandelier, and you can see a large captain's trifold hat on the top of the skeleton. As she walks in, she grabs the hat off and puts it on her head, and she goes, "Well then." Sorry, there is a balcony off the back too, which is strange because you didn't see a balcony off the back of the ship. It's these two large glass doors that seem to open up. And by glass doors, I mean they are wooden doors with mostly glass on them that have this lattice-like pattern of stained glass.
Listen, Drider magic. I'm not gonna question it too much.
So, you wanted some clothing?
Yes, please.
I think you'll look good in pink.
Thank you.
So, and what's the thing that peeks out most to you at this point? This room is completely clean, like no dust at all. Like it has been meticulously cleaned. There are no webs in this room, unlike the rest of the ship.
Hmm.
And as she walks, she looks down and just moves her hand, and as she does, you see the dirt that seems to be on her in her feet prints just evaporates.
Huh.
Take your shoes off. Oh, wait, you don't have shoes. And she casts the spell at you too, and your feet prestidigitate clean.
Huh.
Now, follow me. As she walks towards the one of the wardrobes to the left, and as she does, she opens it. As she opens it, a few items fall out onto the ground. She picks them up and puts them back in, but they do make the sound. As she starts to reach through, she goes, "You're not a buccaneer kind of coat person, are you?" No,
not-
you're more of a sneaky. You don't look like a
Yes.
buccaneer. You look like a swashbuckler. But honestly, I want to see what you look like in this. And she pulls out this very floofy, Victorian era dress. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Actually, I do because I have
Corset?
it. No, I have it written down somewhere else. Creatures and Pathfinder.
Ball gown?
These Rocco-styled dress.
Googling it. Hold on.
Yeah, search up Rocco style dress. It's has a lot of fucking floofs and shit.
Holy shit. That's a lot of fucking floof.
Yeah.
Very bad for spell.
She pulls out this very pink, very bright pink, laced with white, Rocco-styled dress. As she does, she looks towards you. I think this would make a fine addition to your collection, would it not?
I think it would.
Well then, derobe. Let's get you dressed.
I simply just take the belt off and just the
Oh,
fucking
it seems you're going to
broken.
need some undergarments as well. I don't know if mine will fit you, but actually, give me 1 second. And you see her go off to a corner. Would you mind turning around? This is kind of embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
You hear
Ma'am.
Ha!
the sound of her web shooting, and then
Ma'am,
you turn around and you see you're starting to take some web and starting to knit something.
if I may,
Yes.
I don't really my genitalia is not
You
really
are a lady.
okay.
You
Okay.
cannot show your undersides or your, should I say, valuables to men so easily. Even if you have nothing down there. Which is actually pretty strange to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, all her genitalia is located in the head.
No, you're wrong. Actually,
To be
you're
honest
very
with
much
you,
wrong.
I was planning on making a mask for your face too, but no, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, and she finishes knitting some panties for you, and she gives you one of her bras, and she goes, "Anyways, now let's fit the dress on." And she starts dressing you up like a doll, basically.
You know what? I'll go along with it. I don't feel like dying.
Go ahead and add fancy clothes to your inventory,
Yep.
and it's gonna be your Rocco style dress, man.
let's see.
She also adds some
item.
ribbons and like small bonnets for your like your tentacles.
Rocco style fancy dress.
She also
Brackets pink bracket.
yeah, she has these ribbons and bonnets for your tentacles, and adds a few other ribbons to your hair and whatnot, or your head, I should say. And there we go. I always wanted a doll like you. I have a few, but they break too easily.
I'm quite sturdy.
Let's see.
Oh, trust me. I won't break you as easily. I like the way you look. I'm gonna keep you around for a long time. And I think Lillian wants me to do that as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, about your job that you have, I'm going to be assigning you the cleric Leos and Ingrain to aid in this adventure. After all, you did lose one of your friends. Oh wait, you probably don't know about that yet.
Wait, what?
Oh yes,
Wait,
your
what do you-
friend Mitty the gnome. He's playing with a cube or something, and it's kind of exploded him.
That cube.
God.
It's alright.
Oh, trust me, our quartermaster has the cube in her trustworthy hands.
I didn't really like Mitty. It's alright.
Anyways, do you know where he's from, so we could send a regards to his family?
Where was he from again? Like,
Roll
He
me a
said it a
history
ton
check.
of times.
Roll me a history check because you did not listen to Mitty a lot.
no, I did not. Cause I didn't. I don't like Mitty.
History.
23.
Hold on. What's your character's name? Tentosi?
Yes.
There we go. Anyways,
Check. What'd you? Okay, hold on.
check general
check-
chat.
Let me look. General chat. Stop it. You're not
Anyways.
wrong, but
Anyways, where did we leave off at? Oh yeah, Mitty's death. So what did you roll for your history check?
23. I
23?
have +5.
He mentioned Draconia a few times.
I think he was from Draconia.
Alright, and did he have a last name so we could send it to his family directly? You do not know his last name.
I get to make him a last name.
What?
What should I say his last name is?
You could just try to remember.
I can't
No.
wait for the future campaign where it's like 10 years later and Maddie's going on an adventure.
Honestly, that'd be really fun.
Midi.
Oh, and she's gonna be like the power
Oh,
armor.
bro, trust me, I'm one of my next campaigns. I'm running a Draconia campaign.
Yes. Midi Schrufflebim.
No,
Mini Shufflebin. Roll me a deception check.
you dickweed.
I don't think Midi ever mentioned his last name to the woman.
He
Did he?
never did.
He's
No, I mean on the ship. Has he ever mentioned his last name?
Not that I know.
to the main captain.
Yeah. Okay.
Did he? Did he?
So roll me a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay. First one was a nat 20, so that's 25. Second one is.
He's polite. He makes sure to you share your name if you're rich.
Mm.
Second
We're
one
rich.
was dirty 20.
Well, his family's rich. Well,
We're rich. We're rich.
We're rich. We're rich.
I don't believe that was his last name, but
It wasn't.
No, I believe his last name was. Give me a second. I'm looking through the fucking shit here.
oh my god,
Where is Midi? He's not in here.
is he not?
No.
I don't see
Oh.
last name. I guess last name is Shufflebim
Okay,
now.
okay. It's Midi Micah or
Nope,
Mika.
it's Shufflebim. There's
Oh wait, no, he's
report to
probably
speak.
in. Okay, he's probably in one of the fucking threads. Gnome Homes.
Oh yeah, he is in the thread.
His name is Midi Mike.
I thought it was Shufflebim.
No, but I will send a regards to his family and invite them to a dinner in Blackwater if they wish.
How polite.
Anyways, so yes, Midi is dead, but you have two new friends, and
Well-
we do have two other prisoners who need to prove themselves. So one of them is very sick, and the other has yet to respond to our questioning. So we may send them with you as well.
Okay.
Oh, and I would like to mention, your other allies of the ship have been imprisoned already on the island until we can undergo questioning to them.
They weren't exactly allies.
Optional objective unlocked.
They were more service to me.
Anyways, I hope you and Lillian have a fruitful, should I say, relationship. Just don't get in the way of her work. And, I can't wait to work with you. Now you should probably
you.
leave before I start getting weird.
Well, okay, if you so wish. Oh,
Hmm?
can I get my weapons back? I left them in Lillian's room, but I didn't think going back would be a
You
bad
won't need
idea.
them going to the chapel, but I'll have Lillian personally bring them to you later.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, don't worry, she winks at you. She's going to enjoy doing that. Plus, she needs to be punished for missing her cue.
What weird sexual fetish is happening here? Okay,
Hey, she's
well,
not. She doesn't care about your relationship as long as it doesn't get in the way of Lillian's work, man.
Exactly, I respect it.
And she's setting you
yeah.
up for it, man.
Fuck yeah, we love that here. All
Sex
right.
positive boss.
You know, she's
Alright.
probably fucking a few of the crew members anyway.
Oh,
so-
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, when
Alright.
you're
Sir.
stuck at sea with people for like 6 months.
Look, man, you use
Yeah.
your spider ass and you eat them.
Well, no, she has a spider ass, but she also has like a spider face that's not always there, but it does open up during combat and it can bite you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
We
it's
love
like
biting.
an actual spider, but then she has the actual drow body on top as well. She's basically an arachne. But
Got it.
more better.
My mind kind of went to like Arachnea from fucking monsters.
Yeah,
fucking
basically,
Musume.
and she can open a mouth on her body at any time, really, which is
Hell yeah.
creepy as shit.
Nah, fuck yeah, more power to her.
Which is what she did against Sedekar, because Sedekar, like, was about to fucking blast her ass with spells, and she's just like, nah, bonus action, horrifying screech.
Bonus action, nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Well, off to the island.
Can we get much higher? So high.
Anyways, so, as you begin to leave the ship in your floofy dress, people are giving you stares like, the fuck? Who's this person?
I like to imagine that her initials are fucking sewn on the back.
No. You look, and as you're passing by Rachel, she looks at you and goes, looks like Laris has found another doll.
I will be the doll, certainly.
Just hope she doesn't break you.
Well, if she does, my fate has been sealed.
Well, anyways. Lillian, say goodbye to your friends. And you see Lillian is, like, currently ordering a few boxes that are going off and, like, giving commands to people, and she looks over and she blushes heavily and goes back to her work. One of the hands raises up and waves by, while another
I
one
wave
goes up
back.
and tries to pull it down.
I wave back.
Alright. Good to know. Alright.
Walkie slash.
Walkie slosh.
Walkie slash.
Anyway, so as you begin to climb down the outside of the ship, you enter into the darkness of this town, which at this point you can see small bits of like magical light begin to flesh out at certain points in the town, because they still need light to use non-dark vision. And you can see the town is coming more to life to an extent at night. There is seemingly a split of population between night dwellers and day dwellers. You can see many businesses are opening and people are starting to take the streets. Drows, Durgar, dark gnomes specifically. The night-based people are starting to take to the city. You can also see a few displacer beasts, and you also see these large spiders that are crawling across the sides of the wall itself, and seemingly only about 3 of them from your vision at this point.
That's bright. Yeah, I was never really one for cities like this.
Oh, it's not bright as fuck. There's very little light, but it's just enough to keep
No.
people able to see.
Yeah, still just like I was never really one for cities like this.
I see. As you begin to walk, well, it's not really a city, it's more of a town, but yeah, as you begin to walk through the town, is there anything you would like to do, or would you like to head towards the chapel that you were told about?
I'm gonna see if there's anything of interest. If there's not, I'm gonna head to the chapel.
As you begin to look around, it's like an actual town. There's a clothing shop, there's a weapon shop that seems to be a smithy that most of the drow are going to an extent to fix up their weapons. There is a guard that's been placed. The buccaneers that aren't on the ship seem to be going around holding their hunting rifles. There are a few guard towers placed. There are wandering displacer beasts that seem to be going around town. One of them comes walking up to you, and then you see another individual come up to it with a whip, and he whips the shit out of it as he's basically saying, "No, here, as he whips it, and the displacer beast starts to walk away. The drow turns to you in this leather mask and goes, Alvin al-Iduf, which basically means, apologies, Doll of Lairist. Please forgive his
Oh, so it's a
transgressions."
mark on me, alright, got it.
Yeah. You don't see many people wearing this fancy of clothing.
Alright, so even without it saying Lairist, they know it's fucking, they know I'm Lairist.
Yeah, you get the feeling there's probably been a few people similar to you that have worn similar clothing, and people have seen you coming from Lairist's ship, so they get the feeling you are probably her new toy.
I'm curious what power or what no power this will bring me.
Well, we'll see if you try to use it.
I'm gonna go. Is there a like botanical shop anywhere?
But there would not be one in the town, no. But you could ask around, and asking around, there is one to the south of the city, which is the opposite direction of Leos's chapel.
Let's
Actually, no.
see.
Technically, no. It would be north of the city, outside of the town itself. Sorry, my bad.
Is there? Okay, I'm gonna go to the weapon shop first before I go anywhere else, because of course.
All right. As you enter into the weapon shop, you see what seems to be this Durgar who's banging against metal, and you see one of the drow specialists, the guards of the city, goes in Elven. Well, sorry, not Elven. In Undercommon to him. I'm going to need some special bolts made for Lairist's ship. I'm going to need a repairman sent out to attach a fixer band to the knob on her ship, since it was moved out of normal range. I'm going to need some feeding rope hoops attached to the side to make it easier on the next people who try to bring in the ropes. And also we're going to need some general repairs to the side of the ship, the right side of the ship. I don't know what that's called. I'm not a fucking captain.
The starboard.
The starboard, I think. Thank you, omnipotent voice. Anyways, those are the general repairs we're going to need. We're also going to need 15 hunting rifle repairs. Those got damaged in a small combats. And as well as a few cannon repairs, since a few of them, well, we're going to need new cannons because some of the cannons fell off the gun deck when we crashed into the side of the wall. You're going to need some stonemasons down there, by the way. We're also going to need some cannonballs, some grape shots. We're going to need to refill on our iron powder reserves. How much magic did you use to go out of 10 tons of iron powder? Oh, you should have seen it. The most recent people we captured, we used the darkness spell to cloak our ships in this dark mist, and then we teleported right next to them. It was quite interesting. How far did you teleport? Like 3 miles. That's a waste of the... Listen, our minds have been... The deeper recesses of our minds have been collapsed, and many of our men have been lost in it. We don't have the resources to be teleporting 3 miles. It was Lairist's idea. Don't blame me. Well, I'll give Lairist a piece of my mind, because the mine is in danger. We need it fixed before we can start doing stupid shit like that. Plus, we have the pirate gang on our ass, as well as the navy fleets of the Mithril Sea. I understand. I'm just saying what we need. Don't shoot the messenger. I will shoot the messenger if he tells me anything else. The drow, like, flips through 3 other pages he's yet to read. I'm just gonna leave this here. You could read the rest. Good idea.
I'm not saying anything. You're reading. You're reading shit.
That's basically what the encounter was. And then he starts to walk out. As he starts to walk out, he goes, "Oh, actually, one more thing. This is a personal request, so I'm gonna need my scimitar fixed." And he puts down a scimitar that is heavily damaged, like shattered to all comprehension. And the smith just throws a hammer at him as he runs out.
Be gone.
Fucking knife ears.
I know, right?
Oh, what the fuck are you? Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Doll. What can I do for you?
Well, I was looking for some weaponry suited more to stealth.
No, you mean like daggers and bows?
Yes.
Right, we got a few of those, yeah.
Tell me, what should I know about this city?
It's the city of, let's see here. Give me a second to come up with the name, because I didn't think anybody would ask the name of the city in the first session that you're here.
I'm sorry.
Now, this isn't the city of Blackweb. This is actually a town, pushed further in. It's called Lairist Dam.
Lairist Dam.
It's the first stopping point on the middle, on this channel towards the center island. There's about another small town another small town village, I should say, that has an iron mine that is a little bit further in, a few miles inland. And then there is, that would be the gold mine they have there. My bad. We have the iron mine here. And then we have further in, around maybe a mile from the center island, we have uh, a large city, which is known as Blackweb City. It is the main port city of the Blackwebbed pirates. This is one of the smaller towns. You've probably passed a few of these smaller fortifications we've made. You probably didn't see them, though, if you're asking about this town. There are many towers and small other villages that exist on this island that we do hail lordship over. Well, Lairist does.
Huh. And how much of an influence does my captain have?
Lairist Blackweb, she is the leader of our entire group. The towns, the villages, they've been built by her. They are hers. She is the lord of them. She collects taxes from them. She protects them. She supplies them with new recipients of great work valor. Some that aren't paid. And she also supplies us with food. Not gonna say what kind.
I can assume. Have you heard anything about a elephant person?
Oh, Leos, yes, he lives in a chapel on the northern edge of town, just outside of the forest that leads to the north, where you'll actually find north of him would be the because I messed up a little bit. North of him would be the what was the question you asked? The herbivore or the what is it called? The herb specialist person?
The elephant person.
No, I mean earlier you asked about some kind of shop. Herbalist shop?
Botanist.
Yeah, botanist. There's a woman there who sells botanist ingredients, herbalism stuff. They call her a witch. I don't think she is. She healed my son once, actually, funny enough. Though he died in a raid against the Rodon Navy quite a while ago. Anyways, don't want to talk about that anymore. Leos, he lives over there. He's a kind soul. He reads to the children of town. He tries to preach his religion, which most of us don't follow, but he's a good man.
Okay. Well, let's see. If I have any more questions, I'll ask. The only ones I have now are about the weaponry.
Weaponry? I have a few daggers and a few crossbows or bows, yes.
For what price, though?
Let's see. Since I am the only weaponsmith in town, I would hope. Let's see. If we go here with these, we go crossbow. Well, they'd come at their standard fair price, probably.
And that would be...
Which one are you looking for? Light crossbow, heavy crossbow?
Let's just go with a light crossbow.
Well, a light crossbow would put you back about 25 gold.
Shit.
And plus, you don't have your gold on you at the moment.
Yeah, I was just now.
And then, if you're looking for the bolts to fire said crossbow, it would cost you about... Where is it? One gold per 10 bolts.
Okay. Well, I'll be coming back here later. Expect me.
Of course.
For now, I must go and do some errands for my lady, my captain.
All right. Well, if you do see the captain,
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call from someone I have to answer. I'll be right back. Sorry, that's really important.
This is awkward.
It could certainly be more awkward.
So, Soup, how are you liking the session so far?
So far, it's not the worst one that I've been in. I'm actually enjoying it for the parts that involve me. Sure, I never really came up with a backstory for this character, but when someone was making a cleric, I thought, maybe I can make this guy semi-religious. And it works.
Well, you're not really into the campaign that much. That's why I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah, I know. I should have given you essentially everything you would need in order to pick up this character. All proficiencies.
Yeah, but what? Like, he's just a barbarian?
Just straight barbarian.
Okay. And what weapon does he use?
That +1 great axe.
Where's that at? Oh, okay,
It's listed under items.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll make him.
If he does lose the great axe, though, he does rely on the weapons from the subclass.
Okay.
Preferably the bite or the claws, not so much the tail.
No problem.
Although, not entirely against it, because it's still funny seeing a bird's tail turn into something that looks like a devil's tail.
Yeah, I agree.
And, flavor-wise, yes, they are an owl, but when they go into rage, they appear more bat-like.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording here so that we can pick back up when he gets back because he's taking a long phone call. So
Yeah.
we'll be back.